What's up, everyone? Welcome to Yo, That's Weird, episode 11. I like that. I like the 1-1 synchronicity effect already. I feel like I'm tripping and your background looks like you're in heaven right now.
Yeah, yo, she's all blurry and shit.
It's just like the rays of the light coming out behind you.
Right.
You kind of like you're in a Buddha chair.
Yeah, right. Got the fucking soft leather chair. I'm about to cross my damn legs up. You know what I'm saying?
We
Get real
anyone
zen on
anyone who dies after you meets you in heaven, I think.
them. Oh, oh, I tell you what, everybody getting in. Don't put me in charge. We
No,
all
I like
party.
that. That's why, because you're benevolent. You be a benevolent God, Naeem.
Yeah, it's all forgivable. Oh, you killed 3 babies? Okay, come party, bro.
I mean, look, I didn't even give you an introduction because we're so familiar, but this is one of my greatest friends in comedy. Super funny guy. He's really blowing up. He's out there. He's doing all this stuff. It's Naeem Ali. And
Hey, thanks for having me, Sonya.
round of
I've
applause.
been wanting to do this.
I know we've been trying for 2 months
Yes, for two
or
months. We've been
more. It's like a
probably, I
failed
think
hookup.
more.
Yeah, it might be since like November.
Yeah, hell
It's
yeah, yeah. I
it's
think
like
longer than that.
when you really like someone and then you try to date them, but like your timing keeps working not working out. So you're like, does this person fucking hate me secretly?
Right, but you know what? Sometimes that's a good thing, and sometimes that sucks. You ever had like you ever been just had your schedule not link up with somebody you were trying to hook up with, and then sometimes it ends up like, all right, this is what we're waiting for. But then sometimes it's like, oh, I should have never even fucking did this
It's
thing
just,
with this lady.
yeah, it's like a sign. It was a sign you didn't listen to.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
Hmm.
that's not what's going to happen here today. We have probably a lot to talk about.
Oh, I'm sure we do.
What kind of story did you bring me? We'll just start with that.
Oh, all right. You want to get weird?
Yeah, let's
All
get
right.
weird.
Well, let's get strange. So, I have a weird like what is it? Like a weird relationship with ghosts. So like ghosts always want to fuck with me, right? And I didn't even really like believe in ghosts. I even after some of these things happened, I still didn't really believe in ghosts. But then I was like, nah, this is happening too much. So like it gotta be real. So like the first situation, I was 7 years old and I was sleeping in bed and I heard somebody calling my name, and it sounded just like my brother's voice, like my older brother's voice. And I heard him calling my name, but it wasn't him because when I looked over, he was like sleep, like knocked out, snoring sleep. Then I heard it again, and they were calling me on my nickname. They were saying, my family calls me Emi, so he was calling me Emi.
Okay,
And then I
weird.
would look over at him, right, and it went on for a lot. Like I'm talking about, this was maybe the first time it happened. I'm like, yo, I'm like, what you want? And then I look, and he like snoring, so I'm like, the fuck. But then I just stayed up after that and I just kept hearing it. And I'm like, yo, this is fucking crazy. But then I was like, all right, I'm just not going, I'm gonna stop answering because maybe they'll stop calling my name. So I stopped answering. But they called my name at least maybe 12, 13 times. They said my name. Even after I stopped answering, they were still saying it. And then the fucking ghost kicked me in my fucking back and I fell out the bed. And I was in
Wait,
the bed. So look, I was in one bed over here. My brother was in another bed across the room. But the voice was coming from behind me, like from in my
from
in the same bed as me, like it was sleep behind me.
in the wall, like against the wall.
Yes, like against the
Ooh.
wall. Yeah.
Okay.
And then that motherfucker kicked me in my back, kicked me so hard that I flew out the bed, like I fell out the bed, hit the ground, and got up and ran into my mom's room.
Okay. So you said you were 7
Yes,
and your brother was how old?
he was 8.
Okay.
Now, the voice sounded like my brother's voice, right? But at this time, my brother was alive. He later on passed away. He passed away when I was 16, he was 17,
Okay.
and he passed away. But at
Okay.
this point in time, he was
Ooh.
well, healthy, and alive.
Wait,
You
I
see what
just
I'm
got like a
saying?
weird chill feeling, kind of all over sensation, not goosebumps, like where my energy prickled
Yeah,
because it's like almost like, the way I think ghosts are perceived here as like I think they are just souls that are hanging out still.
right.
Because your
That's what I
soul
thought.
doesn't need a body to exist. Your,
Right.
your
Yeah.
soul, our souls come here and light up a body
Yeah, exactly.
through DNA and all that stuff, cellular structure stuff. And then I don't know. So what if it's like I always think of Interstellar is how I think of ghosts. Have you seen Interstellar?
What? Yeah, hell
Okay,
yeah.
like through the wall, through the bookcase, and like, what if that was someone in your spirit family, like saying your name
Right.
because they knew your brother was coming there within the next 8 years? I have chills
Yeah.
down my spine.
Yo, it could have been that because so like after he passed away, like I would think about that more frequently. And whenever I would bring it up to him, he would always act like it was ridiculous. Like, what? That don't make no fucking sense. Like he ain't believe none of that type of shit.
Yeah.
He's like, that makes no fucking sense. What are you talking about? Now the even crazier part is before before my brother passed, my mom said that she had a dream. Like before I was born, like probably my brother first was born. She said that she had a dream, and the dream he came to her and said, "Yo,"
Oh shit.
and it came to my mom in a dream when he was like
Wait, wait,
1 year.
wait. Hold on. It was either the internet or sometimes
Oh wait, what happened to
ghosts.
the scene? Oh, all
Yeah,
right, yeah,
sometimes hold on. Sometimes in this room I can never be sure if the internet kicking out is the internet or when I've had people on here talk and I've done stories about ghosts or heard stories
yeah.
about and like they can interrupt the energy
That was a well-timed interruption. I
and
tell you
they
what.
don't know time and space.
Yeah,
So that, like you know what I mean? They could control all of our energy at once. Just like
yeah.
that. So anyway, all I heard was the last was yo. And then
Oh,
you
okay. So all right. So look. So my mom and she told like my uncles this story before my brother even passed away. But she had a dream. She said when my brother was like 1 years old, right? And in the dream, he came to my mom and he was like, "Yo, like I'm here, but I'm not gonna be here for a long time." So my mom always had this feeling that like something was gonna happen to him, and so did I. Like just being honest, because he was just one of those type people. He didn't back down from shit, and people like that don't live long. You see what I'm saying? So like, but in this dream, my mom had a dream. Basically, he was 1 years old, and he was telling her, "Look, I'm not gonna be around for a long time." And then he later on got killed when he was 17 years old.
so
So it was
when
like, so it was like it was that thing, and then it was like the ghost thing. Like it was kind of like I don't know. I kind of looked at it like precursors, like something was warning us. You see what I'm saying?
yeah, I totally get it because I'm like thinking if he was one in her dream when he was one here on Earth. Like
Yeah.
they say that like babies and children up to like 5 years when you reach full like consciousness, you
Mm-hmm.
still have that gray period in your brain where you can access those levels of where your brain is so pure and your third eye is so open and you can kind of like animals can kind of like sense spirit
Yeah.
energies that are here and hear them or whatever because I can do that shit and I'm you know what I mean like I hear energies and hear people from
Right.
so I'm thinking it's just like how cognitively aware you could be coming here in this life where you incarnate and you make these missions that you select in this previous life and
Yeah.
you
Right.
come here again and you know that this time you die early because you made some kind of pact
Something. And
or
he was always like he was just wise beyond his years. Like
yeah,
everybody treated him like a grown. From the time he was like 10 years, I was maybe 10, he was 11, and
yeah,
everybody treated him like a grown man.
yeah.
Like, I mean, my uncle runs the laborers 332 union, right? And when my brother was 14, he let him MC it. Like he was the master of
Okay.
ceremony. Like he was
Okay.
up there introducing everybody, giving out all the awards, and he was 14. Like so, it's like if I definitely believe he was reincarnated from somewhere, and if he was, this probably was his last time. He probably ain't coming back because he just knew everything already.
Yeah. I've been reading this book, the Psychology of Kundalini Yoga, and
Mm-hmm.
it's Carl Jung, huge influence. And
Oh, and that's
his
something freaky, Kundalini. That's something
yeah,
freaky, ain't it?
it has to do with the libido spirit and stuff. That's the paragraphs I'm getting into now. But it also starts with the metaphysical nature of our thoughts and how um like that kind of idea that there's a Buddhist that Jung asked while he was talking to him, and he said, "How many lifetimes does a man who uh need here who once fears God or
Mm-hmm.
loves God?" It's like along those lines, and the answer was the man who fears God only needs 3 incarnations here on Earth, while the man who
What?
loves God needs 7, because when you fear something, you actually cling to it harder than you realize
Right.
because loving something is true like detachment like I love like the idea that you can love and let go
Yeah, for sure.
So like to human experience here, love and death are intertwined, and like because they're combined in that detachment of like there goes their human body, but their soul energy still exists.
Right, right. Damn.
So the idea that they said, and it's like, yeah, it makes sense that if you're afraid of what God could is what like people
He was
question
definitely
God.
afraid of God. He was
Oh,
definitely he
so
was
maybe
scared to death of God. Like
third
we,
incarnation
yeah, because
could
he
be.
like we were raised Muslim, and I would skip prayers all the time. He wouldn't do that.
I skip prayer.
I would skip prayers all the time.
Yeah,
Just because sometimes you're just watching something or you're just doing something else. You're like, all right, whatever.
Catholic
My
God
brother would make
did not
sure
like
to
me.
right, yeah. Like, what? That's crazy. He was definitely scared of God.
Yeah. So that's what's interesting because I just started reading this book and it's so heavy. It's taken me so long to get through even just 10 pages. I've reread 30 times already.
Yeah,
But
damn.
wow, that's pretty crazy. Because I believe in reincarnation. We've talked about this.
Yeah, for sure. It's
And
definitely real.
and I kind of sometimes think I'm on my last incarnation here.
Really?
Hmm.
Oh
Yeah.
no, that sucks. You gotta come back again. That sucks. You don't
No,
want
I'm
this to
going to
be your
come back
last one.
somewhere. I'm going to go somewhere else with some other enlightened souls that I feel like we're
Okay.
all ready to leave this planet in a state better than we found it,
Right.
but not sticking around here for the 3D after effects or what's going to come from all the toxic chemicals they're pouring into the atmosphere right now.
Yeah, it's getting crazy.
I think they're like, do you think somebody's putting stuff on train tracks? Like, what is happening? Is it
Oh, somebody's for sure blowing up.
like
What?
it's kids? Is
Somebody's
it
definitely.
kids or like the
Nah, I think
TikTok?
it. You know me. I'm gonna blame it on the Chinese. You
I
already
know.
know.
What they does is they drop stuff from the that was their thing is they wanted them to shoot the bomb drone balloon down the fucking
Yep. Uh
and
huh.
have it land
They.
on tracks and then
Yeah. Look, they found bombs near train tracks in Philly.
they just found like a car with something in Manhattan. I saw I forget like yesterday with like
See, yo, this is crazy.
dangerous.
This is,
I
and you know what? We're always looking at like somebody to come invade us when it really is just that easy. Just fuck with our infrastructure and we're done. It's that easy.
yeah, just a simple. And but then I saw one in Greece too, and I was like, oh, what the fuck is
Damn,
it?
what's going on?
Is it like okay, here's my one thing I made up in my head. Is it like some sort of like from them turning on that fucking hadron collider and like gravitational pulses that around that thing running?
Shit has been
Because
weird since
there's
they
been
did that shit.
earthquakes, like little
Yep.
earthquakes and volcanoes and stuff under the earth, or it could just be the earth itself having disruptions just for no reason
Yeah.
and
True.
like causing some kind of localized like tiny shifts in where the tracks used to sit.
Yeah.
It's either that or
Cause
it's people doing stuff.
or it's people because this is the thing. Like I read some stat and I think it said it's like like 1,000 or like 1,500 of these train crashes every year, right? And the person was trying to make the point that this isn't uncommon. Like this
Okay.
happens a lot.
We're
It's
just suddenly
1,500.
seeing it.
Right. We're just paying attention to it because the real bad one in Ohio, right?
Yeah.
But if you look at all the ones that's been happening, they all been and normally like those other ones are just those trains crash and it's fucking train cars full of rice, train cars full of wheat, shit like
Yeah.
that. All of these are train cars full of deadly chemicals. Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck is happening?
Yeah.
Like,
It's
that's
like
crazy.
famine. Who cares? you know.
Right.
Deadly chemicals. No, but both are bad because then it's like, okay, we also lost that all that food supply for whatever animals or people, and then they can't
Yeah.
grow more food in the dirt that just got fresh chemicals spilled in it. like,
Yeah, right. True.
and
But I think I don't know. The chemical spill affects us more. Cause I feel like we're above the line of am I gonna be able to eat? We're above that line. But we're not above the line of like needing oxygen and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like we need that. We
yeah,
need
yeah,
oxygen and
that's a
water.
basic cellular function necessity of all of our body, including like
Right. Nobody's above that line. Like,
no,
damn.
I know,
It's
like,
crazy.
and like I remember hearing about acid rain in when I was a kid, when we were kids in like
Hmm.
elementary school, and I live right near a trash dump. The rain
Yeah.
feels on my skin not good. It's like burning a little
Yeah, yo. No, I remember
already.
that. I remember that when we were kids. And like it'll rain sometimes and that shit was sting. You like, what the
It's like
fuck is this? Like, what
like
the fuck
damn.
type of rain?
Yeah, so I don't know. I just wonder like how clean our Earth's filtering system is in the atmosphere versus all the petrochemicals versus all these spills versus all the car exhaust. I'm not like a global climate conspiracy person, but
Yeah.
I'm a scientist at heart. I wanted to be a meteorologist when I was a kid just so I could be like the hot weather lady, you know.
Right, yeah. Shit, this shit'll make you pay attention to the weather. It
I
fucking
mean,
that shit burning up clouds and shit like that.
yeah, and they've just been doing the cloud seeding for so long,
Hmm.
that you're like,
Damn.
they say if they stop doing it, it'll just be catastrophic weather, like crazy weather channel beyond after dark
What,
shit.
yo?
Yeah.
I
It
didn't know
just
that. So they have to do
yeah,
this?
because they started messing with it a long time ago because to get rain where the crops and stuff need to go is not
Yeah.
nefarious. It's like, okay, it
Right,
needs to
right.
rain here and famine and stuff because Russia does it and we do
Yeah.
it. So it's like, all right, I get it. But then they've been doing it for so long, probably 50 years now or something.
Damn. You
It,
know, we did it during the Vietnam War for nefarious reasons
well, yeah,
because
that's
the Buddhists was protesting and they would fight the police and they would fight the army that was like there. But the United States military noticed that whenever it would rain, they would just go home. So that's when they started fucking seeing the clouds over there. But then they realized that that had an even worse effect because it was making mudslides and it was
yeah,
destroying their crops because it would rain so much
too
that it would
much.
like flood. Yeah, it would flood. So they
Fucking
were like,
with
"Oh,
it.
this is hell yeah, yeah, yo, this is
Yeah.
crazy."
Yeah, Forrest Gump
Damn.
fucking sometimes straight up underneath. Like yeah.
Right. Right.
um
Damn.
I don't know. Yeah, so I believe it that if they didn't do it, who knows? Or like it's not that they control the weather. They just try to like make the patterns on their own instead of letting the earth rely on its own natural weather patterns.
Yeah, that
And now
sucks.
as a person who's lived in this region, Philly region my entire life, I have not pulled out my winter coat more than 3 times.
Oh yeah. Now I love that part of it. We
It,
are benefiting from this.
we
We this shit
are. I'm not complaining. It's just like it's a definite like
it's different though for sure. It's way different. When we were
yeah.
kids, it used to be so cold and it used to snow all the fucking time,
Yeah,
every winter.
the blizzard of like 96 or 97.
Yeah, yep,
We built
96, yep.
igloos and fucking,
Hell yeah.
you
That
know,
shit was crazy. It never seen snow like that in the last like 4 or 5 years.
no, longer than that. I feel like
Probably.
even maybe 7 or 8.
Yeah,
I
yeah, true.
don't know.
Damn,
It's
that's
getting up there.
crazy. Yeah,
Like
we started to get like what's that, like North Carolina weather kind of.
yeah, like mild, moderate kind of,
Yeah, yeah.
which
Don't get
isn't
too
bad. It's
cold.
not bad.
Yeah, I love it. I
Yeah.
mean, if it can stay like this, that's fine.
Yeah. um, I I think and then like Texas and stuff started getting snowstorms.
Yeah,
Unheard
it
of.
snows down there, right? That's
Unheard
crazy.
of. Like where they'll get suddenly this cold snap out of nowhere.
Yeah, and they can't
And
deal with it.
and I feel like we used to have like at least 3 big snowstorms a year.
Yeah, for sure. We would have like one in like around Thanksgiving time. And I only remember that because I played football most of my life.
Yeah.
So around the Thanksgiving game, it
Yeah.
would always be like a
Games would
big
always get.
snowstorm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we'd get one in like January. And then we'd get one right before spring. Like
Yeah. February or March,
yeah,
depending on what the
February or
weather felt
March.
like doing.
Yeah, yep. And now it's none of that shit. Now what it was like 65 degrees one of those days last week.
Yeah. And then today was like nice out, but then the wind was cold, so cold.
Yeah, the wind was cold. But if the wind wasn't blowing, it was still nice today.
Yeah.
It was very nice. I got some more strange shit. We were talking about it earlier. My girl got pads everywhere.
Oh yeah,
She
no,
got
that's
sanitary
I
napkins all
forgot.
over the place. And
You have
and this is a room where we don't use, and she just got
yeah.
sanitary napkins just stashed everywhere.
No, I know. All right. Well, we're gonna take a break. And oh wait, no, it's we still got 10 minutes actually.
Oh, all right.
Um, so we can do I actually had a funny story. We can do one article. I have 2 articles for you.
Okay, what we
We're
got
gonna do a
here?
little share screen here in a second. And 2 quick ones. Actually, one
Mhm.
has to do with one time I was talking to Drew, maybe when I first was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to get Naeem on the podcast, like when we recorded his around November.
Okay.
And, whatever was being said, he said, yeah, Naeem, he's going to be famous. I know it. He was famous in another life. And I was like, yeah, you think so? Okay, I believe it. And then I was like, does he have Sampaku eyes? And do you know what sanpaku eyes are?
No, what's that?
Okay, it's this Japanese suspicion. It's like a curse, and sometimes they say people who like
What?
are either famous and or famous like die young too.
Yeah, okay.
Now we're not young anymore, you and I. I used to believe
Nah,
I
I'm
was
not
going to be one
young.
of like those people that died young because I people always talk to me like I was an adult, and I've always been like an old soul. But like
Right.
I don't think I love God. I don't
Damn.
know. All right. Okay, yeah. So we got 10 minutes right now. So we're gonna bring up this right here. They say so it's what it means for your future sometimes. So like see it's the when there's different types, there's yin and yang where the
Yeah,
white of the
what?
eyes is kind of like below
Oh, it's underneath the
under
eye.
the iris. Yeah. So like there's different ways. They say eyes are the windows to the soul, but what if it's a window to your fate? Asian tradition
What?
term meaning three whites is used to describe eyes with a white portion visible either above or below the colored portion.
What
Uh
the hell?
yeah,
My eyes
usually
little. I don't have that. I
I
got tiny
know.
eyes.
Yeah, I've never really looked at you that closely. You usually it says you can only see the whites of someone's eyes on either side of the color, but some
Right.
people have it top and bottom. So like these two K-pop people have it, I guess. And you
Damn.
always see like I'll see pictures of Billie Eilish and
Yeah.
Marilyn Monroe and the guy from Gomez Adams, like the original one.
Yeah. Some Pagu
Um,
eyes.
and yeah, so there's a book. Thousands of years, people in the Far East have been looking into each other's eyes for signs of this condition. Any sign of it meant that a man's entire system, physical, physiological, and spiritual, was out of balance. He had committed sins against the order of the universe, and he was
Damn.
therefore sick, unhappy, insane. What the West has come to call accident prone. That's me. Oh no. um, it's a warning, a sign from nature that one's life is threatened by an early and tragic end.
What?
Yeah. Alternative this Asian face tradition says that the eyes with the whites below are called yin sanpaku eyes. And it's common
Damn.
allegedly common in alcoholics and drug addicts. It's
What?
thought that some people with yin sanpaku eyes are likely to place themselves in dangerous situations and may not survive the danger. Interesting.
Oh
So like
shit.
like adrenaline addicts, like I wonder if Evil Knievel has them. I have to
I
look
know
up.
somebody who had these eyes, and I
Yeah.
only know it's because his eyes was always wide open
Wide
all the time.
open.
Yeah, yo, and it's my friend Danny, and he killed himself when we was like 18.
Oh shit. Because then this
And,
one says
damn.
the white showing above the iris is called the yang, like yin and yang, sanpaku eyes. For people with that one, the danger they may face comes from within. They're said to be violent, filled with rage, and likely to be
That was Danny.
psychopaths.
That was Danny,
Likely to be
yo.
psychopaths.
We was switching classes when we was in high school, and he walked up behind me and bit me on my shoulder. Ain't
Oh
that some
shit.
weird shit for somebody to
Yeah.
do to
So like
you?
in a teenage, like as a toddler or something. Yeah, 4 years old, somebody bites you. Okay.
Not at 17 years
Not at
old.
17 years old. No, 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 no. So let's see here. Yeah, the famous people. See, it's like they're saying, like, who
Yeah,
knows? These
damn,
two could go
yo.
down. President Kennedy. Look,
Kennedy,
he
yep.
does. He does. Now that you look back.
Damn.
Uh,
His whole family must have had that shit. They taking all of them out.
yeah, dude. And oh, look, a psycho, Charles Manson. He has the
Oh
top one.
yeah.
See, you can see
He's the
like up
top ones.
here.
Yep.
Yep.
He looks
Uh,
crazy as
he
fuck.
was crazy. I have a cousin that's like used to be like obsessed with him, like want to fuck him. I'd be like, ew, what is wrong with
Ew,
you?
what?
I don't.
And he's
I
like
don't.
4'11. He's super
He's
tiny. Ew.
yeah, and like sometimes I'll be looking in the mirror and I'd be like, oh no, do I have this? um
Right.
but I was like, I thought that was funny. I thought of that because I had just seen an article about it that day, and Drew was like, oh, Nian's gonna be famous. I'm like, I gotta check this motherfucker's eyes out, make sure he's not gonna leave us too early.
Damn. Oh no, I'm gonna be one of them people that be old and famous and just out of touch and saying super inappropriate shit. That's the type of famous I'm gonna be.
Yeah.
They gonna keep me trying to tell me to shut up. Like, no, I ain't, you can't say that no more.
They call you a recluse and just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a hermit.
I'm gonna catch dementia. I'm gonna be like Bruce Willis and catch dementia.
No, Bruce.
Yeah, ain't nobody gonna notice. Ain't nobody gonna notice. They gonna think I'm still being silly until
You
I'm like
think
80.
I know, you think he remembers that he was like even a movie star?
Fuck no. That was saying everybody kept calling Bruce Willis an asshole. He's like, he's hard to work with. He's an asshole. It's like he had dementia. He probably didn't know what the fuck was going on.
They've been bullying him for early onset dementia for 20 years.
Right. Like, oh, we can't work. We can't make any more diehards. Bruce Willis is an asshole. He never gets here on time. Yesterday he said fuck me and then he hates my mom. It's like he got dementia, bro. He don't know you or your mom.
Yeah, and then he clipped my car in the parking lot.
Right.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, that's so funny because no, that's a shame. Dementia is crazy. And I actually read that it is now being thought to be cause of um infections in your gut or your brain or
What?
viruses that get in there.
That's
And
crazy. I could
actually,
believe that.
at my old job, the one older guy, he's like 55, his mom was getting like up there, like getting crazy. And they said like they thought she was losing it at the
Mm,
nursing home and whatever. He's just at work. You don't see your mom, whatever. She's old. You trust the nursing home people. Eventually, it turned
mm-hmm.
out no, that she went to the doctor finally for something and that she had a crazy UTI that was just
What?
untreated and it can like get up in your brain from
In your
the
brain?
yeah, it's because your whole system's all your blood flows all throughout everywhere. You're not
True, yeah,
stopping
it's all
virus. That's why
connected.
like once you have a viral load for something, it's just in your like blood. And that's why they
Damn,
blood
that's
test you for
crazy.
shit. So yeah, so it just turned out like bacterial and it makes sense, like mad cow disease.
Yeah, I could believe that.
Mad people fucking that's not we don't have zombies, we have just dementia.
Just
they'll
dementia, yeah,
they'll jump
that's
up and bite
crazy.
you like ah like your fucking
Yo,
homeboy at school.
yeah, yo, that motherfucker. Damn. Yo, I told you when I had COVID, I really was like, COVID, it mainly fucked with my brain. It ain't really even fucked with my body that much. Like I had a hard time breathing, but the worst part of it was what it did to my brain. I just didn't, I was ultra emotional. I just kept crying about everything.
Yeah.
And I'm never like, that's how my mom knew I had it. My mom was like, you need to go get tested. I'm like, why? She's like, because you keep fucking crying. You're like, you
Oh.
don't ever cry. Go get
Yeah,
tested.
that's
I'm like,
it's a weird thing to like suspect, but I guess because COVID was so weird, it's just like something's wrong and it's not. You don't have your period. You don't.
right.
Like, you didn't take a dig up the ass by accident that you're like sad about on
Yeah.
accident.
You know what? I think 'cause I told her I had a headache and it was, what was this, like spring of 2020? So, everybody thought everything was COVID then.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Um,
But yeah, it started crying. That's a
yeah,
virus. It fucked up my brain.
it's true. I mean, yeah, it's like they when it was more unpredictable of a virus at that point when they had just fucking unleashed it on us.
Yeah.
you know, and they were playing with it
Hell
in
yeah.
labs. And before that, so there's like unstable virus. It's not like a natural one that just came out of the earth that we've had for however long, wherever
Oh
the
yeah,
earth
yeah. I
has.
know. Yeah, that shit wasn't natural at all. You could tell. You could tell from the taste it put in your mouth. You knew that shit wasn't natural.
Or the lack of,
The
yeah.
lack of, yeah, right.
The fact it's taking people's taste buds away. You're like, what?
Hell
Why is
yeah.
that a symptom?
That never happens with any other type of virus.
Any virus. That was how they were identifying it. Like, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
right. Can you taste
Um,
the smell? Like what?
and then like, yeah, everybody had some different shit. Like Jamie
Mm-hmm.
Danny's wife. Have you ever talked to her about it?
No,
Oh,
what happened
she
with
got
Jamie?
fucked up. She got fucked up. Her stomach it's like all like intestinal fucked up.
What?
Yeah. She had some really she went through some bad shit. And it's like fucked up. You think about it and like,
Damn.
you don't know. You have no
Yeah,
idea.
I couldn't taste the smell, and like I said, I was all emotional, and it wasn't that I couldn't taste. I couldn't taste the smell. Everything had the same taste and smell, and it was
Oh,
a
okay.
disgusting fucking taste and
Ugh.
smell. It was horrible. Yeah,
Just ugh.
I lost like
Uh
14 pounds when I had that shit.
I mean, it's nothing. It's a great weight loss drug.
Oh
I mean,
hell yeah, it
great
does
weight
that
loss
for sure, and
medicine.
it makes you get clean because I couldn't smoke weed because it made my chest get tight,
I I
and
think
then
uh I think I was ground zero for like patient zero when I got it from Franklin. I still believe to this day that I got it from
yeah.
Franklin, and then went and did the stand. The first time I got asked to do the stand for the comedy fight, and
Oh
I was
shit,
like
yeah,
getting over being sick still, but I had been sick for so long, but I was still like kind of like coughing, like my throat was like I could barely talk. I had that raspy voice for like way too long, like 5, 6 days.
yeah. Damn, I remember when you had the raspy voice. I remember that.
Yeah. And it
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't go away. So I'd like, it's like, well, I'm not actively sneezing or coughing. And they weren't talking about it yet.
Yeah,
They didn't say, oh, there's this thing you shouldn't leave the house. So we all used to do that dumb thing like, well, I'm kind of feeling better. I'm going to go out and do
yeah,
this
yeah.
show because I'm like, it's at the fucking stand. Get out of here. Get out of my face.
You got it. You had to do
And then I won.
it.
And like, you know what I mean? So, all right, we're going to take a break. And we got more weirdness with you coming right back. I will talk to you. And we're back with Naeem, host of AO Actually and Durag and The Deertag,
That's right.
and also the Ramble. I feel like a lot of people, I saw somebody say they missed
That's
the
right.
Ramble.
Yeah, I got to bring that back because now people that listen to AO Actually and Durag and the Dare Tag started going back listening to the Ramble.
Yeah, I
So I
believe
got
yeah, I believe that's true. Um, I think I'm high and put my headphones on backwards.
them.
Like, wait, can you hear me? Okay. Um, yeah, no, you're one of the funniest people around and also one of the most enlightened and weirdest.
Yeah, I'm pretty weird.
Um, you,
Pretty weird
it
guy.
it's funny because I feel like you come off totally normal. You just dad with kids, like root for your son on that baseball team. Your daughter's like the little princess,
Yeah.
and you are this like family man. But then like once I've seen you like, you know, out with everyone and just like going through your life, like, the more you
Yeah.
learn about people.
Yeah. I mean, I've always been kind of weird. I think I used to hide it more
Okay.
when I was younger. And then I told you I got knocked out sparring one time when I was like 27, 28. And then I couldn't hide it at all anymore. Then it was just like everything I'm thinking, I'm saying.
Yeah, CTE really kicked in.
Oh, it kicked in hard. Actually kicked in heavy.
But
What?
sometimes like an injury I feel like can unlock those parts of your brain. Like I had a huge crown chakra opening recently, but it's because I fell and hit my head at the gym.
Yeah, see? Yeah.
You
Yo, you know
know?
what Gardini said? Gardini said, what if I get hit in the head again and get quiet again?
I've heard him say that I feel like before. He might have done a joke on you, but no, that's
Yeah,
that's so funny.
that'd be fucked up.
No, I love him. He's so funny. That's yeah, like just put it back. It's like sometimes when you have like a brain tumor or a brain aneurysm and they don't want to operate, what they'll do is they can put like a stent or a different like
Yeah,
things
yeah.
in place to kind of like hold it there, like so it doesn't like burst open or something.
Right.
So you're like you just like he could fucking knock to the head and you're like immediately just the silent non-verbal autistic.
Oh, that would suck. I was silent, non-verbal autistic my whole fucking life.
Me
Like
too.
I'm sure I creeped out a lot of people. I'm
I,
sure.
I I had a teacher like Forrest Gump me basically. Actually, like I
Really.
was outside the classroom, second grade, and she was super mean. This lady, Mrs. Cease, and she said to
Mm.
my mom loud enough, like I definitely heard her. I also have gifted hearing because I'm a mutant, but like you know,
Yo, same, yo, same. That's crazy.
um, I was like, I heard. She goes, she's so critically shy. She's never gonna have any friends ever.
Damn, that's fucked
And
up.
I always only had one good girlfriend every like and depending on what like okay maybe like first to fourth grade I had the same best friend, and then
Mm.
fourth to sixth grade I had a different best friend, and then like still knew that other girl but was like new best friend, and then
Right, yeah.
just like one or two close people girl wise, and
Damn.
then like you know what I mean, because I was always like different or like bullied or whatever.
Hmm.
And just it's like I didn't like lash out. I just like okay, I'm just gonna hang out with the one person that likes me.
Yeah, I only hung with people that were nice to me.
Yeah,
Like if,
like
if somebody was nice to me, then we could be friends.
yeah, and it's funny because like a lot of my adult friend group I got from like my one sister is close in age to me. She's 6 years younger,
Hmm.
and so like a lot of our friends in the neighborhoods would like just commingle.
Yeah.
Like you all hang out in the same skate crew, and you all did the same stuff, and are all at the same bars once you turn 21.
Hmm.
And yeah, I don't know. It's like I don't know where we got off topic with that.
No, that's it's on topic because I mean we talking about weird things and fucking being quiet is weird as fuck.
Oh yeah, like
Quiet,
being shy where I like didn't
yeah.
I kind of believed her for a while because then but then like I always had one good friend to back down two, three. Then the more over the years, once I hit like 18, 19 out of high school, I was like,
Hmm.
oh, okay, like people, like other people exist.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Listen, I was so weird. I was so quiet because I used to overthink everything. Like my
Yeah.
dad used to always say, he used to always be like, smart as hell, but it ain't gonna do you no good because you don't talk. So it ain't gonna get you shit. I mean, and I remember him saying that and thinking like, all right, well, that's fine. Like, fuck it, then I'm just not gonna ask you. Oh well. But I always knew like I'm smart enough to work, I'm smart enough to get a job, so I'll be okay. But at the same time, like I was so awkward and I overthought things so much that when I would see like a group of normal people having a conversation, and I'd be like, how do they all know what to say? Like, how do all of y'all know
Yeah.
what to say to each other? Like, because with me, when I would jump in a conversation, I would fuck it up. You all right?
Did you? I almost kicked the camera over. Did my screen change?
Yeah, it went like black. It was perfect. It looked like you edited that shit to do that. Like I saw the camera tilt and then it just went black.
I'm gonna leave it in.
Yeah, yeah, leave that. Hell yeah.
um, I had to plug my I had to plug it in, but sorry. Yeah, you were on
Oh yeah, but
the
I used to wonder like, yo, how does everybody know what to say all the time?
yeah,
Like,
yeah, like and be so like quick or like where
yeah,
now I know because I just like stopped with like the overthinking and like all that stuff that was like holding me back when I was like a kid because I listened to that lady, I think, that teacher, and I was kind of like in the back of my head, like, is she right? You know what I mean? Like she really
yeah,
bullied me. Like,
yeah. And adults don't realize how much that type of shit sticks with you.
yeah, because like another kid, I'd be able to be like, fuck you, I know I'm smarter than you. I get A's on all my papers and whatever.
Right.
Like I'm in the gifted class. Like, but we used to
Yeah.
say we're gifted, not smart.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretentious to say you're smart.
Yeah.
And if you think you're smart, then you know how dumb you are.
Yeah, you like measure people by just the level of IQ instead of their whole being.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that's fucked up. Because I've
It
met
is.
people that on paper people would say they're dumb, but like experience wise, they're geniuses. Like they can tell you
Exactly.
how to do anything and everything.
Yeah. Like
But we base
especially when it
everything
comes
off
to
of
like
grades.
assembling things or people that can fix things or put things together.
Hell yeah.
That's more invaluable information than being able to like understand like psychology or even like the things we talk about, metaphysics, stuff like that doesn't exist. It's not tangible.
Yep.
In the apocalypse when we're Mad Maxing it out here and I have a short haircut and like wear camo pants all the time.
I'm gonna
It's
get me a squad of Mexicans. What?
I
I'm
mean,
gonna have
look,
me a
like I
whole
know how to,
squad of
yeah,
Mexicans.
like I know how to grow stuff and shoot, and
Yeah,
you just need somebody that can fix a car at that point. That's your
that's what
most
you
valuable
need.
asset, mechanic in a apocalypse, I think.
Oh
Can
yeah, you
fix
need a
any old
mechanic.
car. You need to put any old car, put together machines that you find,
Hmm.
guns, repair guns.
Yep, you need somebody that can fix guns. You just need a marine. Honestly, you need a marine. If it's
Yeah,
apocalypse time,
yeah.
you need a fucking marine. I got cool with a lot of these like MMA prepper guys. They
Okay.
used to like come to my boxing gym, and I straight up asked the one guy one day like, "Yo, if the world end, can I come to your crib, bro?" And he was like, "Yeah, dog." He was like, just he like just let he like just let me know. Let me know when and I'm open the door for you. I'm like, all right, bet. Cause you need these people.
You
Or
need.
you might. I hope I don't, but you might.
I think maybe not in our lifetime, but I could kind of see like I don't know, water
Mhm.
wars.
Yeah,
There's
true.
been wars over oil for so long now. Okay, they do away with oil. They give us all electric heat and all electric cars, and then they don't need that. So then, what do we fight over?
Yeah, it's gonna
What do
have
we
to be
make?
water.
What do we make wars over? And
Damn,
it
yeah,
says,
you're
and
right.
clean water is already a finite supply.
Yeah,
So it's
true.
gonna be like, did you ever see the movie
True.
Waterworld?
Yeah, hell
It's like
yeah.
the opposite, but still.
Damn. I used to always say not in our lifetime. But you know what I'm realizing? Every 10 years is so different from the last 10 years. So I don't even fucking know. Like 10 years from now, what is the world even gonna look like? Who fucking knows?
Really, infrastructure changes can happen like in an instant, as we
Yeah.
see with like they did the test run of COVID to see if they could like quickly shut everything down,
Yeah,
a
right.
blackout across the world. Like, you know what I mean?
Like that's crazy. And look, and I said 10 years. And all honesty, you could short it to five. Because think about 5 years before Trump got elected, a lot of people was like, "This is ridiculous. He's running for president. Come on, like, is that
Yeah.
really going? That's not going to happen." And then it
I
fucking happened.
laughed.
Yeah, everybody laughed like, "What? That's
Yeah.
he's silly." Like, all right,
And
but then it happened.
then it
COVID.
happened
If you'd have told people 5 years, if you told people in 2014, 2015 that
when original SARS came out.
right, that yeah, like yo, this is going to
First
shut the whole
edition
world down.
SARS.
Hell yeah. Like nobody would have believed that shit.
No, no, they would have been like, no, my freedom, you could never. And then, like, I get it why people freaked out a little bit after that.
Yeah, I get it. I completely get it. That shit show everybody how crazy humans are. Like people went fucking crazy. Yo, we
Yeah.
had fucking it was that fucking they was marching for George Floyd. Then they was out there fucking burning cars and fucking rioting and shit like that. Then it was fucking January 6th. Like people went crazy around
Yeah.
all around cool.
And in between, it was just like motherfuckers like at the Jersey Shore. Like as soon as like a little bit
Yeah,
warm after that first winter of 2020 ended, and they had like it was March, and they're like, "I'll go to the shore." Like no, it was like
yeah.
rebelling in the silliest ways, like the funnest ways.
Right. Like that shit was nuts. I fucking Silas made a this is the only public Facebook post that ever was made about me that was all negative shit. And I don't and listen, Silas is my guy. Like
Yeah,
I love Silas
whatever.
to
I
death.
fought Silas one time around COVID on text.
Yeah. Yep. Because I was trying to make an open mic because the only things that was open was strip clubs. So
Okay.
I knew somebody that owned the strip club. They said we could come and do comedy while they were changing acts, like in between the strippers coming up, right? So I put on Facebook. I said, "Yo, I might got a plug for a new fucking open mics as everything closed." I like, but I need to know how many of y'all will actually come before I set this up. I didn't want to set it up and then it'd be like 4 comics there. So I'm like, "Yo, how many of y'all will come?" So it was a bunch of people like, "Oh, I do it, I come." And Silas wrote this long ass fucking thing on the Philadelphia comedy page about how irresponsible I was. Like he's fucking crazy. But he was
Yeah.
right. I was being crazy. Because this was 4 days. This was maybe 4 days after the shutdown. Like the
Look.
shutdown was like March 14th. March fucking 18th, I was like, yo, we about to open this fucking open mic at a strip club.
That's it's not crazy. It's reckless abandon, and I love it.
Yeah,
Because as soon as we were allowed, who was back running? You, me, Drew, as soon
yeah, we was out.
Lemaire, Jay,
Mm-hmm.
as soon as we could get out, as
Yeah.
soon as we could show
Yeah.
up.
And
I
he had
was
every right though, because I'm the reason Great Room got shut down. Because I
I
called it,
mean
went to Great Room, gave it out. I didn't know I had it though. I didn't know.
I that's my like second COVID comedy fight story. Is like then after COVID, I like showed up on the rooftop at Tom's house to do the comedy fight that was up there, and I was a
Oh
judge.
yeah.
And it was like my doctor was like, I was like, oh, I have a show soon because they always like ask because I was in there once a week or whatever at the time, like
Yeah.
getting checked up on the transplant. And they're like, he just was like, please don't do that show. I was like, bro, I've been out here. It's fine. You're cool. We don't believe in COVID, right? You're okay.
Right.
They were all
Right.
so
We'll
like,
survive.
yeah. He's like, no, really, I'm serious. I like,
Yo, we are lucky that nobody in like the Philadelphia comedy scene died from this shit.
honestly, we all gave it to each other all the time. We all are
We
always
did.
close to each other. I got it from Franklin. Honestly, not mad at the kid.
Right.
That time didn't care. It was like just I think I got the natural immunity, and probably a lot of us just had it
Yeah,
or
true. I
caught
definitely got the natural immunity now.
or we're near it enough that it's just like
Yeah.
I don't know. Nobody died.
No, nobody died. And I only had it one time. I only caught it once.
I had that, and then I don't know. Franklin sneezed on me at Friendsgiving at Drew's house. I got sick again. I don't know if it was COVID
Damn.
or flu.
Yo. Cause look, my mom had it, my daughter had it, my girlfriend's mom had it, and my girlfriend's dad had it. And this was like 3 weeks ago. So
Yeah,
I'm like, so I was almost sure. I'm like, I got
you're
this.
gonna
I've
get
been
it.
around
Yeah,
all. Yeah, I'm like, I've been around all these people. Me and my girl went, got tested the first day, negative. We went, got tested like 3 days in a row,
yeah.
negative all 3 times. And I didn't feel sick at all, but I just assumed that I was
You
going to
would
have it
have it.
because
No,
yeah,
you just have a resistance, like,
yeah,
and just don't get it. You're just that person that doesn't get it, I guess. Because it's like, so I don't know. I feel like I don't get it, but also I get sick sometimes. Like, not really though. Only when someone sneezed on me or coughed on me. That's the only time I've ever gotten
yeah,
sick, like directly coughed or sneezed on me. And other than that, and I was like so scared all the time. For months, every Thursday driving home from Raven, I would be like, damn, I was just in that open mic with 30 other people. We definitely all
yeah,
barely had our masks on. And it's fucking March 2021 or whatever.
yeah,
You know what I mean? And I'm
yeah.
like, I'm immune compromised. Every night I'd be like, what's that scratch in my throat? Every Thursday.
Yo,
It
that might
was
be psychosomatic though.
it was
Like,
it was and just from yelling and talking on the mic and like screaming all night, smoking, whatever.
yeah. But even you getting sick when people sneeze or cough on you, because I get that too. But I usually get sick like maybe once or twice a year. But it's only when somebody sneezes and I feel the mist. And I'm like,
That's
fuck,
why. That's why.
this
That's how it's
motherfucker got
that's
me.
how viruses go. They had to try to teach everyone that during COVID. They tried to go, hey, droplets come out of your fucking face holes
Yeah, yeah.
when you sneeze up to 14 feet. And I was standing a good 10 feet away
Uh,
from Frank when he sneezed. And he like launched and everyone laughed. Like, oh no, Franklin, you
damn.
sneeze like an uncle. Like something like that. Like I forget. It was so funny. Like I forgot to
Damn.
laugh though when I was sick the next day.
Yeah, of course. That sucks.
Nah, it's whatever. But like you get natural immunity that way. It's do you go get a shot and put some mercury or whatever else is in this
True.
preservatives, or do you catch it and like yeah, I risk having a severe allegedly because I'm immune compromised. I risk, but I'm also pretty healthy. I take care of myself, so I don't know.
Yeah. Did
I
you
also
get the
don't fear
vaccine?
anything. I also don't fear much.
Yeah, right. Fuck it. However it's
I,
gonna happen, it's gonna happen.
I learned to get over that because I wanted to come out after COVID and like start doing comedy immediately and build it back up from what I saw was like a ground of an explode. It was fucking ground zero
Yes.
of, you know what I mean? Comedy where there's just like bricks all around and you're like, okay, like you said, you're trying to start up a show because everything suddenly went down. What do
Yeah,
we
I was so
do?
depressed. I was
Yeah.
so
What do we do?
so depressed, which is crazy now because I miss so many open mics now. Like, there's so many open
Yeah.
mics I just don't go
Well,
to.
because we've been out fucking since then with what we
Yeah,
already had experienced, and now we okay started get restart from there, and have been out. You and
it's
me,
a
and
whole
we've
nother
all been
restart.
yeah out every
Yeah,
night, whatever as much as we can until then. And I realized after COVID, like okay, I had to have the surgery, and it was COVID anyway. And then I when I hosted and did fine, without having that much practice. I did one show for Peggy and then was hosting at Punchline the next week. And I go, oh, wait, the jokes still work.
yeah, yeah.
I'm
They
still
work.
funny. Like I
The
still
jokes
have
will
all
go
that
anywhere.
stuff that's already good. So if you don't get the mics all the time, once you get to a certain like age and like
Yeah, it's the stage presence. I think that's the biggest thing about going to mics is
yeah,
just
reminding yourself how it feels to be in front of other eyes when you
yeah.
say
So you're
something
just
funny.
comfortable,
Yeah,
right?
and I went to Grape last night, and I felt that I was like, I have been out a couple weeks because it's just the cold for me and working. I'm fucking old. I need to sleep sometimes. I got all these jokes already. I know they work. So
Mm-hmm.
I come out. I go, okay. I know the words work. I just gotta get my robot wheels all fucking unrusty.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so you're moving
Oil can.
smooth up there. Yep. Uh-huh. So you're real smooth and can wiggle
Yeah.
around a little bit.
Yeah, like I can't wait till it's like just a little warmer out. I'm just like such a baby about it, but I've always been like that. Maybe it's like you know what I
Same.
mean.
No, I
But
hate the cold. I don't go outside in the winter. I hate
no,
it.
at the dark, as soon as the light changes, as soon as the light changes next week or whatever, I'll be out.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Yeah,
I'm
yeah, we
gonna.
back out here.
I know.
Shit,
Supposed
and
to.
Raven probably coming back.
I mean, word on the street. I heard someone text me the other day, like, "Hey, thought I heard some rumblings about Raven."
Yep.
So
He's been asking me to come down there every day, but we could talk about that another
yeah, I went in. We will talk about that off camera.
time.
um, Yeah, I don't know. What else? What's going on? What do you like to eat that's weird? Tell me about it.
Oh, weird things that I like to eat. Damn. I eat pretty normally. Okay, this had like Twitter in an uproar. I
Okay.
like warming up my milk for my cereal.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I saw this discourse briefly pass through my feed. But it sounded good to me. I didn't want to get hated on. I chickened out. I denied my love.
Oh, you chicken out. I need to do something. They was killing me.
No, I think I was like, damn, I should jump on this because it actually sounded good.
Yes,
Like
it's
if I
so
had
good.
some like warmed oat milk on my like Lucky Charms or something.
Oh my God, it's so good. Somebody called me a psychopath because they said that me I miss my mom breast milk, and they called me a psychopath.
It's because
Like
it's
what?
warm. Or
Yeah, I guess because they saying breast milk is warm. So
it's
they
from the
said you
tap. I don't know.
like what the fuck?
It's somebody
It's
who
good.
drinks.
It's good. It's a
uh,
good way to have milk. It's
I
warm.
don't remember it, but I was a all breastfed baby, so
Yeah, me too.
maybe that's why I like women. I don't know.
And then somebody sent me an article and it said that when you warm up the milk, it reduces the amount of lactose. So if you're lactose
Oh,
intolerant, it doesn't bother your stomach as much.
that's what I was going to jump on there and say was actually a serious thing. Well, I'm serious about trying it too, but uh that there is actually evidence that we shouldn't shame ourselves. Lactose intolerant people shouldn't be like, no, I'm lactose intolerant. People who are
Yeah.
lactose tolerant actually have a genetic mutation that causes them to allow
Oh
themselves
shit.
to be tolerant to the indigestible, like cow milk. We're not really supposed to drink that.
What?
Yeah, so we're all genetically
So we're
advanced.
normal. The
They're, yeah,
lactose
we're all,
intolerant
yeah,
people.
we're normal. They're all mutants that like their family lineage probably grew up. My guess is
Fucking
that
cows.
near or oh, yeah, probably
They was
someone was, but like or near cows also because like my grandma is fine with milk and it's like she drinks it all the time and she grew up on a farm where they had a cow and stuff.
okay,
So like
right.
the cows fucking farts are in the wind or like in the same
True.
rain that comes down on your plants that you grow in the garden, that they pee on the ground and like you know what I
True.
mean, like life cycle of nature and stuff like that. When you get down to that level of what
Yeah.
comes back down into the earth to feed the earth and then the vegetables and then you and just breathing in the air with the pollen,
True.
because they say you're supposed to eat honey and stuff that's from bees near where you live when you have allergies, like the
Okay, that
plants
makes
that they
sense.
eat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
so
those
so
plants
that
are
makes
it.
sense. So then it makes sense to me that a lactose quote intolerance of like an allergy, because intolerance is just a mild allergy of a food.
Yeah,
Like
like it
some
won't
people are
kill
wheat,
you, it'll make you uncomfortable.
some people are gluten intolerant and some people are gluten sensitive and some people are like legitimately have the celiac thing where you're gluten like you can't digest it at
Yeah.
all. It like makes your insides like expand and feel like shit and like you just like fucks you all up actually physically. But
Damn.
a lot of people want to just pussy out and be like, I have gluten.
Everybody says that. Everybody's. I think it's something they put in the damn water or something though, because my doctor told me I need to cut back on gluten. I'm like, what the?
It's because it has no like real soluble fiber. You can eat gluten, but you got to take fiber too. Like
Oh, okay.
that's why, because if fiber flushes through your stomach. Like I had to take them because of the kidney transplant. I have to take fiber every day,
I definitely need more fiber. How much
like
do you take a
pills.
day? You think?
I
Yeah.
take this one called Chitozan or Chitozan. It's actually a weight
Okay.
loss drug. It's weird. It's weird. It's ground up crustacean shells.
What?
Yeah, so it's like in a pill in a capsule. So when it goes through your digestive system, it's just like pulverized shells. But the you can take any form of fiber really, but those
Okay.
are those were specifically to help reduce kidney creatinine levels. When I researched it back in the day when I was younger, I found out I had the kidney disease and I was like, I'm going to stay as healthy as long as I can. I'm going to
Yeah.
take this stuff. So I take that one. It's but anything, because Americans don't get enough fiber in their diet. That's why gluten fucks a lot of people up.
True.
That's
Yeah,
the
we
reason.
don't.
We lack it. And then you just eat a lot of meat and then that just like binds in there with it. And you're going to fucking
True.
not have a good time. And the doctor's just guessing. They don't really know. They don't know enough about
Yeah, that yeah.
nutrition.
This motherfucker don't know nothing.
They just ask
I
you what
know
your
she
diet
don't.
is and go, oh, they eat a lot of bread. But
Yep.
sometimes when I'm vegetarian, all I can eat is like a sandwich or bagels and cream cheese. Like, you know what I mean? It's hard.
You need carbs.
You need carbs for your brain. That's true. They say like people that do keto sometimes have been getting fucked up, like almost dementia.
Yeah, that shit could fuck you up.
Mm-hmm.
You have been so hungry that you ain't know what if anything made sense. I've been that hungry
Yeah, no,
before.
because I fast
Trying
and
to
I
be
know you
healthy.
fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yep,
like,
fasting. That shit fucks with your mind.
yeah. And just like comedy, I would be like out and we'd be like all at Raven. I'd be like, forget to order food for dinner.
Oh
I'd be like, oh, I
yeah.
haven't eaten since fucking noon and it's 1:30 a.m. now.
Yep. Yeah.
And
That could ruin you.
yeah, your body
But
needs
you know what
certain.
though? Fasting makes you not stress about like bullshit things because you're so focused on food. You're not thinking about bills. You're not thinking about money. You're not thinking
No,
about relationships. You like, yo,
you
I
just
need to fucking eat.
yeah, like I get it. I do. I've done it for a long time. The religious versions are much more intense than what I do. I kind of just like, but
Mm.
I've done days. I feel like a couple days here and
Yeah,
there. Yeah,
yeah. I want to see how long I can go without eating, but I
yeah.
don't. I would have to be in a good space
You
and
do.
everywhere else in life. Like everything else
Yeah,
around me would have to be perfect for me to actually not eat for
yeah,
as for 2 or 3 days or something.
yeah. And I don't know what they practice, but like with actual like yogic and nutritional principles of it, you're supposed to wean down into fasting. You're not supposed to just go boom, no food today, because that causes a shock to your system. Oh shit, it froze up.
Damn. Oh, all right, here
It,
we
it
go.
froze for a second. Um, I said like the principles of nutrition are like you um should not just go right into fasting. It can cause a
Right.
shock to your system, and then bad things can happen as a result. So you should like wean down. Start with like no whatever this only two meals, then only one meal, then whatever, like
Hmm.
a couple days in a row for the best effects. To do a heavy fast, like a few days or something,
Yeah, that's because
because then you get
like
so hungry if you don't.
yeah, for sure. It's the same thing. Like if you fasting and then you go back to eating, you're supposed to like slowly,
Slowly,
yeah,
yeah,
get back to eat. Cause like a lot of Muslims before Ramadan, like the days leading up to it, they'll just eat like dates,
yeah,
oatmeal, and water,
yeah,
so that they're just getting their bodies used to not having a whole bunch of heavy food. And then
and
Ramadan will start, and they won't eat, while the sun's up. And then at night, you kind of will go back to your dates and your water and that type of stuff.
okay,
And because during Ramadan you can't drink water either. You can't drink anything or
yeah.
eat anything.
I did know that, and yeah, I was like, because we were talking about that last
Hmm.
year about not me, how I can't personally ever do that one.
Yeah, no, you couldn't do that.
Yeah. So
That's hard to do. You know what? You probably could do it in the wintertime because you only can't eat while the sun is up. So in the wintertime, the sun's not coming up till fucking 7, and then it's going back down at like 4.
yeah,
So
but I
you
can't with the transplant. We can't not let ourselves get dehydrated for even 1 hour is dangerous.
oh yeah, that's right. Because you can't do
It's the
water
water. It's
either. That's
only the
right.
water.
Yeah, it's the
Otherwise, yeah, I
water.
can go. I can do that. I've done it since the transplant, and
Yeah.
yeah. So sometimes I'll be like, oh, I didn't eat all day, and just not realize it.
Yeah.
Um,
Damn. That's crazy. All right, I got some weird shit.
all right.
Um Me and Ben was talking about this the other day. You think what's that shit called? You think free will is real?
Oh, I've just read something recently about that, and I think my personal definition is in this lifetime, I don't know anymore because I
Mm.
think we come here with a mission from another dimension, actually,
Hmm.
and we're
Yep.
controlling these bodies remotely
Yeah.
using some kind of hyper aware VR.
I can see that. And I think all right, I like to look at it more from like a macro view, right?
Okay.
It's no way it could be real because the universe is expanding, right? And everything that's happening within the universe is going towards the expansion of the
A,
universe.
a
So
predetermined,
yeah, so why would us? We're so fucking small. We're these tiny little
insignificant.
things. Yeah, like the planets don't have free will. The sun doesn't have free will. These things are bigger, and I don't know why would people like to think we're the only conscious things. These things are conscious too, probably.
They are.
They don't have free will. They're on a path to do what the fuck they're doing. Why the fuck would we be the only thing that has free will? Atoms don't have free will. Electrons don't have free will. But
Yeah.
we got free. There's no way in hell. No way in hell.
Yeah,
And
because
choice is an illusion. Choice is an illusion of words. Like you only think you got choice because words make you think you had choice. Not but time doesn't make you had choice. You never started doing something that was like, "All right, I'm gonna rewind and do that over again."
yeah,
No, you don't got no fucking choice. You're just going straight. You're going this way. That's
you're
all.
just on your path. You're
You on your
aligned. When you're
path.
aligned, you're on your path, and your path is here for a reason. And
True.
like you came here to do certain things. Like some people legitimately came here to be XYZ people. You can just tell. Like Rihanna came here to be fucking Rihanna. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and
Yep.
whoever you come here on these, and even no one's path is any more significant or insignificant than the next. Some people just come
No.
here to give birth to the next person that's going to solve the garbage crisis or
Yep.
whatever. And that's I think it's like all free will is this illusion that our ego creates.
For sure. Yeah, we
And
want more control than we have.
of our 3D of what we perceive of our 3D existence, when really your soul controls your 3D existence if you think
Yeah.
about it, and
Yep.
that's your what you call
100%.
inner self, soul, whatever you call it. um so that book, I'll reference back to that book again, is there's the stula and the suksma aspect of our thoughts, and the stula is this what we how we see things exactly how
Hmm.
they are, how we just perceive them, and then the
Right.
suksma is the assumptions and the conclusions we draw based upon what we see about these things.
Okay.
So it's just another way of,
Damn.
and then it gets into okay, like a stula is gravity. is
Hmm.
libido, is
Right.
or all these things that you imagine exist, but like can they're not tangible.
Yeah, you can't touch them.
You can't, yeah, you can't bottle it, and
Yeah.
like no one's ever seen it was one of the things as far as we know.
Right. Yeah.
Some people say they can see energy on others. Like I've had people say that to me, and I don't know, whatever. But like,
Oh yeah, I've been around those type of people that say they can
yeah,
like read your aura and stuff like
yeah.
that.
So like this book is older, so now things people the way people's minds have evolved quicker,
Hmm.
and I feel like the internet is binding us together in some kind of web that's uh, uh like becoming AI,
Oh, for sure.
like as we incorporate that, and it's like just all of our brains are pinging all at the same time, all these computer signals are pinging,
Yeah.
and like you said, with the earth
It's
having its
scary
own
though.
consciousness.
It's scary that the internet is like connecting all of us like
Th-
this and like connecting our minds like this because
yeah.
it's so much stupid shit and we all know all the same stupid shit now. We
Yeah,
know all the same stupid
we all
shit.
have the same dumb listicles and
Yeah. Yo, you know my
memes.
mom asked me the other day,
What?
my mom said, she was like, yeah, I checked out your podcast. I was like, oh, thanks, Mom. And then she was like, you know what? She was like, I think y'all should do something a little bit different though. She was like, you ever watch Drink Champs? She talking about Noriega and all these dumbass rappers getting drunk and shit. She talking about they pod. Why does my mom know what that is? She should know what that is. The fuck? And then that's such an insult to say that's what me and my friends should do on our podcast, sit around the table and get drunk and yell and scream and shit like, no,
I mean,
fuck
that's
that.
it's a legitimate podcast format. I will not knock it. um,
That sucks. But imagine your mom, like, you know what you should do?
that's so
Instead of
funny.
doing this thing where y'all trying to be funny and joke around,
You should just
why
be
don't y'all just get drunk as hell?
outrageous, just be
Yeah, right.
crazy, just do like just be alcohol.
Yeah, just be alcoholics, get belligerent on camera, yell at each other, yell at your guests, make a lot of loud noise. It's like, but the point is, like, my mom 10 to 15 years ago, she wouldn't even know what that podcast was. She would have known what a
Yeah.
podcast was,
Yeah.
period. She would have had
There
a clue what that
it
was.
rapid expansion of just that. And you're right. So then everybody's thoughts are uploaded to the solid 3D web consciousness,
Yes.
besides being the collective unconsciousness that already exists, that already dictates the way people think and act and
Mm-hmm.
feel and speak and understand and exist. And all these souls that are up there that didn't leave the earth sphere, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Or did. And everyone's thoughts recorded since the beginning of time now
Yeah.
live. Now this is like this physical nature version of it.
Yeah.
I would like
I
to
think sometimes people
continue.
be possessed. I think some people just get possessed sometimes.
I I want to talk more about that. Would you like to sign back in for one more
Oh yeah, let's
session?
do it.
All right,
Let's
we're gonna
go.
end this. And we're back with Naeem Ali. We have, of course, had to go into a third session here.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that you're on the opposite side now. It just mixes it up for the viewers.
Nice.
um, So we were talking about what the hell were we talking about before the break? Something about your mom.
Oh,
Oh, she
how
shouldn't have
people,
known. She should have known about the podcast.
yeah, and how because everybody brains is all linked up like this now. Like people are like possessed now by like
Okay. Oh yeah.
people possessed by like Twitter and like internet personalities.
Ooh. Okay.
Like they not even like whoever they were, that's not who they are now. And a lot of people have the same similar type of thing. So think about like this, right? Now this is no offense to these people that are like this, but they are just like this sometimes, right? You ever notice that a lot of gay men act like black women?
Oh, that's something that's been said for a long time that gay men just like rip a lot of black women's culture.
And that's weird as fuck, but it's possession. They possess. Or it could honestly be a spiritual possession. It could be a lot of black bitches ghosts just floating inside of these
It
gay
could be
white
that when they were
gay
born,
black men.
listen, if they're born and the spirit's there ready to go and get in that
Yeah.
body and that vessel, I think if it's a spirit that's less aware, or a soul
Mm-hmm.
that's like, or like, I don't know, if a spirit that's more aware and then a physical host,
That's less of,
is
yeah,
when
right,
they get
right.
here, because all the physical
Hmm.
hosts, like if you have your own consciousness, your spirit self and your inner self and your 3D mind self, conscious
Hmm.
and your unconscious. Okay, is another way to think of it.
For sure.
So one's in control while you're doing this meat puppet shit out here. And
Yeah,
then one's in control while you're in dreamland for a good portion of the day.
true.
And so I think when one meets up with maybe a more powerful soul that's here, like some fired up black woman, which I believe could take over a baby's.
Yeah, bro.
I don't know why I
Just,
fucking smell New Orleans right now.
yeah, yo. Just take over some white little baby boy's body.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yo, he used to get to
Seamus thinks
snapping
he
and moving his neck and shit.
James thinks he was black in another life, a man, but
I
still.
believe that. I
I do
believe
too.
that.
I do
Because
too.
me and Seamus got off on the right foot from the beginning. And
Seamus, yeah.
it was almost how whenever I'm in a space where I'm the only black person, I try to find the only other black person or like a mixed person that's in there. And it was Seamus. When I the first time I went to the great room, he the first person I walked over and
Seamus.
started talking to. Yeah, it was like, all right,
Yeah.
I'm comfortable talking to him. I
Yeah.
don't know why.
It
It was
is.
just
I believe it. I totally believe him when he says it.
I can believe it.
He shrieks at stuff like an old woman.
Yeah. Seamus. Hell yeah.
Now,
But James,
Seamus has been my homie since we did this weird Conchi comedy festival that was
oh yeah.
like some at some like hall in Conshohocken. And so it was a contest, and Cotton was like one of the judges,
Mhm.
and Jessa Reed was there, I think, and Abby Rosenquist, I think, is when she won. And either way, the second runner up was some kid who just brought his whole family.
Oh
So it
shit.
was one of them. And at the end, it was just like I just was like, Seamus, I seen you around the mics. You're cool, whatever. And then we have just been homies, like brother and
Oh
sister
hell
type
yeah.
energy, like you know what I mean, like forever since then. It's just
Yeah.
uh,
No,
my
Seamus is the man. He's
yeah,
cool as fuck.
could be definitely reincarnated black man. Believe
Yeah.
it.
I believe it. I believe it.
Um,
But at least he ain't let it take over his whole shit. You see what I'm saying? Like he's
yeah,
still Seamus. He
sure,
not walking around
exactly.
saying, yo, you know who possessed now? Yo, you know who possessed now? My old black man, Thomas Crowley. Is you ever seen this guy
Oh
now?
my
Yo,
god, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen that person in a while.
what the fuck
Maybe
happened to him?
I don't know, but he looked definitely like I said. You know what that is? That's timeline jumping. When you're in a new timeline, someone who you always thought was kind of sus, they like change in a weird way.
Yo,
That's
he
how I
switched
notice
up.
it.
He's a whole new guy now. And I'm not the only one that noticed it. Like, I think I brought it to like somebody else's attention. They were like, yeah, yo, he's like a old head black man. I said, I don't know what happened. He stopped smoking cigarettes. He had that weird, like, what was that, heart attack scare, whatever the fuck he had.
Oh, I
He
didn't know
quit.
about that.
Oh yeah, yep. He quit drinking, quit smoking, and now he's an old black man. I don't know what
Oh,
happened to him.
hey, you know what? If you have like a maybe like when you have a heart attack, your heart blips out for 1 second, some other soul could get in
Oh,
there.
something slipped in.
Possessed.
Yeah,
Possessed.
I can see it.
Yo, I think you're onto something. I really think you're
Yeah,
right. Holy
I
shit.
can see it. I
A
believe it
really
because he's a
unaware soul. Someone who's very because a lot of comics are either very aware or very unaware.
yes, yeah,
And once you wrangle that, that's like all you got to master, I think.
yeah. This motherfucker was low key, and then he had a death scare and came back with all the fucking down south sayings, and
Yo, oh my
he had
God.
so much confidence. Now he talks shit to everybody
He's
now. It's
calling
like, what the
people
fuck
ornery.
happened? Yeah, he's like, what the fuck happened to Thomas? It's crazy,
He's
but
like,
that
just
happens sometimes.
call me Tom now.
Yeah, right. I know people, yo, I know people probably think that about me because anybody that went to like middle school or high school or college with me was like, no, I ain't. He don't say a word, like especially he don't joke around at all.
Yeah.
He barely fucking talk. So I know people see me now, they probably like, what the fuck got into him?
Oh, he's body snatched. He sold his
Yeah,
soul to the
yo,
devil.
this motherfucker got possessed.
Look, possession. I so I was I not to bring it, well, maybe to bring it all the way back. I was kind of like at first when you were telling that story earlier about your brother, I was like, damn, what if that was a demon? The demons will sometimes like impersonate other
I
people's
heard about that
voices.
before.
And I was like, ooh. And like honestly, could be anybody's guess what happened. Could be anybody's
Yeah,
guess.
I could
but
believe that. A
possession,
lot of strange shit is real. A lot of like magic and shit like that and
it,
demons and that shit is real.
metaphysical stuff is like it exists, but like it's like you can't prove it or disprove it sometimes. It's hard. It's
Yeah.
hard to prove it. It's easy to kind of go like, or yeah, it's hard to prove it, not hard to disprove. I don't know. Whatever. It's kind of like
Yeah.
you could just shut it out logically. Like people could just go, well, that just doesn't exist.
Yeah, because it's hard to like duplicate.
There's the stula and the suksma. It's like you can see things the way you go, okay, this happened, this event happened, and this synchronicity tied it together, and I felt this way about it, and then this resulted, but you can't see that transmission happening.
Yeah,
It's like
true. You
unfolding, but you don't see the actual linear, like you say, we're on a line. Can't see
yeah.
that line physically. You could just go, oh, that happened, and then oh, just like I went away to DC and like uh ended up like the hot water didn't work in the Airbnb, and so like got whatever, it wasn't even supposed to be the same Airbnb, the other guy canceled, and then got to this one and then like, oh, okay, well, because of that we'll give you some free tickets to this museum.
Oh
And
damn.
like, and it ended up being really fucking badass in there. It was cool. It was like an auction house inside the whole place, and it had secret doors.
Oh,
And
that's hot.
it was like a mansion, like on 4 city blocks that they, or like a whole city block. But either way, it was like, I went back and I went, at first pissed like that this one dude canceled the Airbnb. Like, damn, you're going to cancel like a day after saying, oh, I don't have all 3 days open.
Yeah.
But then, like, okay, this other thing happened to go, wait a minute, it was like ended up way better.
Yeah, made it a better time.
So like how, but
Yeah.
you can't picture that line still. I can look backwards and go, oh, I see it now, how that
Oh, hell
unfolded,
yeah.
but you don't see it happening. And I think that's why people go like, no, I don't believe in spiritual or this or that or religion. Sometimes even however people choose to live their lives, they kind of, if they can't, and that's what this book talks about, is like the Western mind is so heavy on being able to picture things and see them in the 3D,
True.
whereas
That's
the
definitely
Eastern
true.
mind is more concretist about the philosophies being real.
Yeah, true. That's why I think the older I get anyway, and I think just people in general, the older you get, you should learn how to deal with like bad times and like hardship easier because I don't know, I'm fucking 35. It's been a lot of times in my life where I was like, oh, this is the worst thing that could happen. And then it ended up being something great. Like because this happened, this other thing happened, and that other thing happened. And then this shit was great. So I mean, like shit, even divorce. When I was getting divorced, I thought that was the worst thing. I'm like, I'm a fucking failure. I was married for 18 months and now I'm getting fucking divorced. This is crazy. But if it wasn't for that, I'd have never started stand up ever.
Exactly. You know what? I kind of think about like when you say that my last relationship ended and I was like, oh, I thought I was going to get married and I
Mm-hmm.
was so depressed when I was already doing stand up. But like then I was like, well, now this is it. This is my life now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm focused on, and like I never looked back and went, oh no. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I
Yeah.
should have stayed or shouldn't have, whatever. I should have gone back or something or tried.
Now you
And
want to pour more into yourself, and you don't never really want to go backwards either.
I've never gone back to an ex. Have you?
Yeah, shit, I'm back with one now.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. I
But no,
just,
this one was me doing a preemptive breakup. So I
okay.
felt like I could go back because it wasn't like she hated me and I hated her. The love was always there.
Yeah.
It was just she was complaining about how much time I was spending at open mics every single day
Yeah.
and doing shows on the weekend. And at the time I was like, you are ridiculous for complaining about something that I was already doing when we got together. How fucking dare you?
Yeah. How dare you?
But but we did have a baby. So if you have a baby, it's like, all right, now you gotta be reasonable now.
Yeah.
I should have been more reasonable. Like, all right, things are going to change. But you know something, and this is something I feel like all men do, most men do. We like to hold women to the standards that we set when the relationship first started. Like, I told you this is what I do, so I don't have to change now. And they're like, that's not life. Don't work like that
Yeah. Or
because
like
things change all the time.
relationships, successful relationships don't, because you have to both be able to go, all right, well, I don't like this thing that's happening, but it's
Yeah,
something maybe I need to look at within myself before I go after this other person for their existing behavior patterns.
yeah,
And,
true.
and that's actually another part in this fucking book. It's like opening me up so much to like where we go. That's why we get in fights, because we all have a tendency when you go into relationships to go, you try to treat that person the way you would treat yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when that happens, you're spreading your ego too thin, and your ego hates that.
Yeah.
Your ego just
True.
immediately goes, nope, nope, back here,
Yeah.
and it's interesting the more I watch it unfold in other people, in myself, and I try to pay attention to, is this something I'm doing because I feel so strongly about it, or because I'm reacting to something and like perceiving how I feel about it?
Damn, that's a good question to ask yourself.
Yeah.
Because a lot of things are just reactions. It's like, no, I'm doing this because I'm proving to this person that I can fucking do this shit.
Or I
Or I'm
feel
proving
this
to this person
way,
that,
or
yeah, yep.
like they're
Damn.
wrong, or I'm wrong, or whatever it is, no matter how
Yeah.
you, and it's just, I learned so much. So glad I
Yeah.
borrowed this fucking book. Might
That
take
was
me.
honestly why I broke up with her. Because I was like, I got to show her that this comedy shit is more important than anything.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like you have like a reason, like where you're like, okay, that's, you know what I mean, like a valid kind of a.
Yeah, because you know what I started thinking. You know what I started thinking about? Like, you hear like a lot of great comics, and then you hear their families talk about them after they die, and they be like, "Dad was never around." You be like, "Damn," you know what I'm saying? Like I think this person's a great person, but then to their kids are
I
like,
mean,
I
well,
never saw my fucking dad." You like,
shit,
"Damn,
mine was
bro."
a used car dealer, and I never saw him, but he was a nice guy. He was so nice. He's such a good dad to, like, when I was with him, but like it just didn't. So it's like it's funny to
Yeah,
me because then yeah, your family does become, you are absent from your family members a lot. It's like
yeah.
it's a
And your kids are
life.
the ones that's gonna like tell your story. Like,
Mhm.
I'm not too worried about the shit that adults are gonna say because hopefully we all die around the same time. You see what I'm
I don't know. Wait till I'm in your documentary someday.
saying?
You're like this motherfucker.
But look, if the documentary comes out while I'm still alive, then I can have a rebuttal. Like, nah, fuck
Okay,
that.
okay. No, you got to be post mortem. I don't know.
Yeah.
Although you never
Hell yeah.
know anymore. Maybe we'll all just be in live docu series, unscripted reality in the future.
I can see that Philly comedy scene popping right now. They're gonna interview all of us. They can be like, what the fuck was in the water? Yeah,
What was in the water?
in the water. That's gonna be the name of the document. What was in the water?
That was so funny. Yo, it was a hack reference, but it was so funny how you knocked your camera
Right?
over.
That's the
It
same.
was as good as mine earlier. This is the best episode yet. Episode 11. We're replacing Lemaire's number because Lemaire wanted to come here in person, and the sound got fucked up because he convinced me to use my phone microphone. It was a whole thing. I got to re-record with him. So
Oh,
I'm glad
but
you're 11 because I asked you first anyway. But
right.
nah,
This
we
is
love
great.
Lemaire. This is so much
Hell
fun.
yeah.
All right, I'm gonna actually bring up. I have another article for you. We're gonna just do a quick, the worst segue ever. Nobody cares.
All right, what we
um,
got?
we're gonna bring up. I just thought this was funny because, like, usually, all right, you're the first person I've let come on without telling me anything about their weird stories. Just so I knew you would have multiple
Mm-hmm.
weird things to talk about. So I usually try to pick something related, and I just kind of thought of you when I saw this one. Let me get the share screen. There we go. All right. Hmm. Young female Twitter star turns out to be 50-year-old man using deep fakes.
What?
How we were just talking about the web and consciousness uploading and being able to
Yo.
have VR sex soon in the future, hopefully.
Oh my
All
God.
right. This man used Face App to transform into an attractive young woman, took them for a ride. You might want to double check that influencer you just followed on Twitter. They might be a deep fake persona. That was the case with Twitter user Azuka Zuki, sorry for butchering that, who tricked followers into thinking they were a young female motorbike enthusiast, but
Oh
actually
my
turned out to be a
God.
50-year-old Japanese man named Zangu using deep fake technology. The man behind this Twitter account came clean to his deceptions on a Monday late TV show. This is in 2021, I think,
What?
saying he used face. This was in 2021. So how we were talking about how quick technology can move. So we're
See
in
that?
motherfucking 2023. We're in
Right.
March of motherfucking 2023.
That's
Okay, with
crazy.
the
And he was
deep
doing this in
fakes.
2021?
21. Use it to create this female persona that he would, I mean, obviously you use a lot more pictures and maybe you just have a couple videos you can deep fake, like
True.
getting on with your helmet on or whatever.
Yeah.
But so yeah, what if I was thinking about, have you ever been catfished?
Oh, yeah, I've been catfish before.
Have you?
And I've been catfish one time when I was like this back. Remember when AIM was out?
Oh, AIM, yeah. We
Yeah,
are AIM kids.
Yep, hell yeah. I think I might have been in 8th grade or 7th grade or some shit like that. And
Yeah.
and this girl told me what she looked like, and then we went and met up with her. She was a disaster, just a complete disaster. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why'd you lie? But then after that one time, I always knew the signs of when I was getting catfished. So now, like to this day, if somebody is catfishing me now, I kind of play along with it.
Okay, I like that.
I go in, I lean into it. Like I pretend like I believe them. And then once I set up once I like get to the point where I'm trying to make them think that maybe I'm suspicious, right?
Okay.
I hit them with some fucking I start pushing on their heart button. And I'm like, listen, I don't care what you look like. I'm already in love with your personality. Like you could be a 50-year-old fucking Asian man that's pretending to ride motorcycles.
Oh,
I
he's got
love
the
you.
you look, I love your high heeled zip up boots.
Yeah, yo.
Like
Yeah, I hit them with that and try to make them expose because my game is making them expose themselves.
yeah,
That's
you
my
look.
game now.
I mean, I had to look back here real quick because I think like this guy has he gained
Damn,
24,000 followers from having 19,000 on Twitter. He already had a
that's
lot.
crazy. Yeah, you
Let's
already had
see.
a lot.
But no, I just was thinking about that.
I know you've been catfish before.
No, I actually, well, no. I mean, I
You meet
wait,
everybody in
I
real
had
life.
one attempt. I had one attempt actually. You know what? On one
Okay.
app, I went on and it was just like I'm like, this is person is in some model poses in Greece or wherever. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, no, they would like, let me just see. And they were so nice, like right up front. Like, I reverse searched the picture and it was a just like a model that they used the pictures of,
Oh
like an
damn.
existing model and they different first names. So it wasn't like
Yeah, that's
that
lazy.
person. Yeah, that's lazy and could be anybody then. Could be a woman, could be a fucking, you know
Could
what I
be.
mean? Could be anybody on there. Could be a 50-year-old Japanese man.
Yeah. Yeah.
um and my sister had a funny this always makes me laugh. She had someone that was like when she reverse Google searched the picture because it was just like a shirtless guy like ripped
Mm.
abs, and she was like, "This is like out of my league," like you know what I mean, like out of my
Yeah.
pay grade. And reverse Googled him, and it was like a gay porn star. It came up right away.
Oh
They used
shit.
some gay porn star picture.
Yeah, you know what? That's the best way to. That's how you know immediately when you
Yeah,
look at like, all right, this person's super hot. Why are they so desperate to contact me
yeah.
over and over and over again? Like this is crazy.
Yeah, like and like then you can always tell when there's like only one friend or follower or something.
Yep.
That was the old
No
way.
comments on the pictures. Like if you look at the comments under their pictures, there's nobody that actually knows them commenting.
Yeah.
That's how you know. You're like, oh no, you don't exist in real life.
Yeah, no, I don't get that many people at all that actually are bold enough to message me, oddly enough.
Mm-hmm.
It's like crazy. So I kind of play into sometimes what they're talking about too. Like I don't push on their heart. Maybe I do push on their heartstrings just by replying, but uh
Yeah.
I just am like genuinely myself. Like
Mm-hmm.
and like I don't know, because I'm not afraid. Like so they don't even have pictures sometimes.
Yeah. True.
Like the icon, you know. So I'm like, it's like my old rule was when I was out at bars 10 years ago or whatever, I
Mm-hmm.
would give anybody my number because I don't care. What are they going to do? Text me?
True.
Like, what are
Yeah.
they going
What's
to
the
do?
harm in that?
Yeah, you can't get much from someone's phone number.
Yeah. That's
You,
true. Yeah.
you can just look
You can't get
people up
anything from
and,
that.
yeah, you can look people up by full name and get more.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
That's what I do is make sure, because I used to work with a lady. Um, and one of the first comedy shows I ran at like Manny Brown's in Newtown in 2015. And she was the manager there. And she fucking was like, thought her dog seemed weird ever since she started dating this one guy. And then all of a sudden she
What?
like Googled his name one day and he had some where he like killed puppies or something like in the newspaper.
What? So
Like
he was poisoning her dog?
he poisoned her dog or something. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, people are nuts.
Yeah, so like you gotta fucking I don't know. You gotta watch out. You gotta
Hell
watch out.
yeah. Yeah, my baby mom, my other baby mom, she do like whenever she about to go on a date with somebody, she do that. She do background checks. Like
A
she'll
lot of people do
pay,
that. Yeah.
yeah, she'll go online and pay to like run a background and see what the fuck this person did. I'm like, that's
Yeah.
fucking crazy. But if you're a woman, I get it.
Honestly, like, I don't know. I was straight up talking to this dude and I was like, look, if you're gonna murder me, I'm not afraid, but just like, you know what I mean? Do it clean.
Yeah, right. You don't torture me, shit.
Yeah, just like bullet to the head, like, you know what I mean? Like,
All this awkward conversation first asking me how do I feel about death and the darkness and shit. They could do it.
yeah.
Hurry up. hurry up. Hurry up and get this shit over with. Damn.
You ever dance with the devil by the pale moonlight?
Yeah,
No,
yo.
shut the fuck up. Give me the poison.
Right.
No, because it's like you
Damn.
gotta wonder, even if you do a background check, that might be the first time they decide to kill someone.
True.
Like,
Yeah. True.
I don't know.
They could give you a fake name. It could be any fucking thing.
Yeah, it's hard until you're like that's why social media is like sometimes you can like get it pretty good. You got to go like looking in people. Okay, do they have a friend that likes their stuff? You know what I mean? Like, but
Yeah.
then even then, you never know. It could be just a general psychopath. You got to start looking out for sanpaku eyes on people.
Yeah. Yeah. Hell yeah.
You
Damn. That's
know?
wild. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. All
Uh,
right. I know. You know some. I know some other weird shit. I can tell you real quick.
yeah. Tell me.
You know what a sigil is,
Sigil. I've heard the word. It's a symbol usually that's etched into things.
or like what's the thing they set up when like somebody dies and it'll
Oh,
set up like
maybe that is what a sigil is. What am I thinking of? Something else. I can look it up. But sigil, yeah. Like
like
the candle thing.
yeah.
That
What are those things called when you put a
uh,
bunch of pictures of somebody
I'm
and
looking it up.
candles and shit? It's
No,
called a
a sigil
fucking
is what I said it was. It's only because I do witch stuff. It's a sign or a symbol inscribed or painted considered to have magical powers. So I know vigil is a word, but like
no. It's not visual. All right. So this is the type of sigil I'm talking about. It's what you're saying, right? It's with
yeah.
the sign. Basically it's like all
Oh,
right.
okay. Hold on.
So
Wait a minute. No, that's a band. It's a band name. Sigil. Let's see here. Oh, like hold on.
what is it called when you set up pictures and shit in like your
Oh,
house?
like
Fuck shrine, like a
a
shrine, right?
shrine. Oh yeah, like okay, I
Okay,
have a shrine.
okay. So
Couple
look,
shrines laying
so
around.
I learned this dark magic, right,
Yeah.
from some white boy I used to go to college with,
Okay.
and he would set up sigils. Well, he told me this. He was like, you could set up a sigil, so you set like a shrine. You write out what you want. The shrine is pictures of what you want, right? You write out everything that you fucking want, and then you jack off on it. And as you bust on it, you just thinking like, bring this to me. That
Yeah.
shit works, yo. I've done that shit. It definitely. I did it with money, like fucking maybe 2 years
Busted on
ago,
money.
and well, just pictures of money, and then
Okay.
just me writing out like, oh, money, I'm rich, I'm wealthy,
You
shit
guys
like
are
that.
just you guys are just doing goth vision boards.
Hell yeah, yo, and then just jacking off on it, and
um,
then
I mean, us
and it
witches do
works for
sex
sure.
magic.
Yeah, that's what this is. Sex. This
Yeah,
is sex magic.
because you're harnessing your energy
Yep. And then you focusing it into
and you're
this.
just focusing. You're focusing all your thoughts and your attentions. You don't have to sigil on things.
he said, I think that make it easier to focus though.
Men, you can do that. That's probably why it's more like devilish, warlock, Satan type stuff, dark magic.
Yeah, you got to
Women
burn
are
some
usually
candles,
light
turn the
magic.
lights out.
Yeah, but yeah, there's definitely because you're yeah, it's a thing to do that. So you learned this from a white guy.
Yeah, when I was in college, but I didn't try it till like 2 years ago,
Okay,
and
and
it.
money,
But
pictures of
I
money.
think it. Yeah, but it's definitely dark magic because I'm getting more money, but I'm fucking it up.
Well, that might
Yeah,
just
I'm
be
getting
fate.
it.
Fate might just be rolling in on you, is what happens because you have a path, and that's your
True.
alignment, and that's your purpose, and that's your mission. And what fate is it comes in on your divine destined path, and it kind of is like when you hit those little money pitfalls or whatever random shit happens to you along the way, and how you deal with it is where
Yeah.
you create more for yourself going
And I live
forward.
from a place of abundance. I don't live like
Exactly.
although I can't afford it, I live
Doesn't
from a
matter.
place of
It's a
abundance.
state of mind. Money doesn't
It is
exist just like time.
very true.
It's made up and
Yep.
you'll like, I get it. The more I get older and like it's not like I'm super rich you know what I mean, on paper,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm abundant enough to be able to do what I want, work part-time, fuck around and do comedy and podcasting in my spare time,
Yep.
and that I consider myself more blessed than a lot of people because of that. So it's not like I'm a multimillionaire, but like, you know what I
But yeah,
mean?
you live a way better life than some multimillionaires, I'm
My
sure.
Yeah, my life is abundant, and yeah, so I get that that whole mindset thing.
Mm-hmm.
Um I was trying to think
Imagine being what's that guy's name? What's the guy that ran the Ponzi scheme that got locked up?
oh, Bernie
Lord have
Madoff.
mercy. Imagine being Bernie Madoff with $200 million, 500 million in your bank account, and you know that you stole all of it, and then
Yeah,
one day this whole shit about to collapse.
you just
That's miserable. I'd rather be broke.
I
I'd rather just live the life
it's
I have now.
truly mo money mo problems sometimes.
Oh hell yeah! What? Especially when you're
Like,
stealing that much.
yeah. It's like, and you like, I feel like the richer you get, it's like the bigger your pitfalls can be.
Yeah, true.
Like, once you become accustomed to a certain lifestyle, you see it happen to celebrities and stuff all the time. And I see now with like, I'm thinking like, I'm feeling it in the energy and I'm seeing it happen. They're predicting actually a depression in the next 90 days. Someone's
Mm-hmm.
predicting a stock market crash. Um, like I
Damn.
find the one who predicted the one in 2008 or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's the same
Fuck.
person as like, hey, we're gonna have another stock market crash in like 60 to 90 days because of what they've been fucking around with the rates and pushing it up to try to combat inflation. So, or pushing the rates
Right.
down, whatever. The way they try to balance out the system every so often. Um,
Yeah, they just raised interest rates again.
yeah, that's what it is. So that's what it was like because when people, yeah, it just is like not working right. And I think that I don't know.
Damn. Yeah, because my friend, I mean, it's definitely more money, more problems. All my friends that are like just doing well or
Yeah,
rich,
yeah.
they're so stressed out about losing it one day.
And
Like
they work so
they
much, I
stress
feel
out.
like.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
They
And then
work
even
so
our like
much.
comedy friends that have money, they're stressed the fuck out because they're thinking the same thing too. Like, I don't want to fuck this up and lose everything. And it's
Oh,
like,
that's what I was gonna say. I see like people that have gotten some like weird traction on like TikTok or whatever, like celebrities especially that like popped and they have
mm-hmm.
those quick runs of
Yeah,
fame, the dreaded like 15 minutes of fame that Andy Warhol predicted everyone would have in the future.
yeah,
And then what are you going to do when you're used to bling and bags and going out to expensive
right. And
restaurants
then now
every
you
night?
can't get it.
And now you can't get any of it. You got to figure out how to cook for yourself or you don't know how to do that or whatever. Like, I was raised,
Fuck.
to live like the opposite way by my grandma who grew up in the depression. So I feel fine. I feel rich, even though I'm like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
can I afford these $45 boots that I want? Like, you know, but,
Yeah.
at the same time, I'm kind of like, I don't have these stressors of when I see people's mortgage payments when I did my finance job of how much they pay for a mortgage payment alone, then the taxes, how much goes to the interest only at first on big ass mortgages. And I'm like, how are these people just like, you just both work 80 hours a week and deal with kids? And no
That
wonder
sucks.
like white guys go crazy and shoot their families. Like,
Yes. That sucks. I was just watching this documentary about this accountant that did that. He killed his whole family because he got fired from his job. He was borrowing money from his mom. Lying, I'm lying. He was stealing money from out of his mom's bank account. And then she found out, and then she threatened to like tell his wife. So then he told his mom what happened, and then so then she started letting him borrow money, but then he
oh,
couldn't get a job, and then he ended up killing her and his whole family and shit. And it's like, come on,
Jesus.
this was in like the 1950s though, so this is back
Oh,
when like the American dream was still a thing, and this guy was he had bought this huge house with his whole
oh,
family in there, so he just in his mind he was the only person failing. It was like,
it's like death of a salesman.
yeah, right. It's like
Like,
everybody around me is killing it right now, and I'm the only one who
I'm
lost
the
my
only
job.
one. That's got to
I'm
be like the
crazy.
inspiration. That's crazy. Because like he's like, oh shit, I'm patient zero of a fucking the American family falling apart.
Yeah.
He started
Imagine
it.
being that first guy.
He was the ripple. He was
Damn.
the ripple in the timeline that caused everybody to just become poor suburban people now.
Right. Like, God damn, that sucks.
Yeah, just like, oh well, this is it. We have just enough money to get to Friday. Where's that paycheck at? And I feel like, I don't know,
Damn.
I feel like wealthy, quote unquote, wealthy people might be feeling that same pinch and they just don't express it the way us poor people will be like, oh, I'm broke as shit this week. Like, like
Yeah, they can't say it.
they can't embody it. They have no
Yeah,
identity
but
if
we
they
can just
aren't.
say it.
Yeah. Because people who identify as money only, they have these just such ego based existences.
Oh hell yeah, for sure.
And
And
like,
that's my problem. I think I don't make money like a part of me. Like it's like even when I get big lump sums of money, I'm just like, oh, all right, I can do more shit
yeah.
now. Like I don't make it like, oh, I gotta make sure I'm keeping and maintaining all this money. I gotta put this over here and fucking like, and it's the fucked up thing is that's my fucking career. I'm an accountant, so I can do it with
I
other
know,
people's
I
shit.
know. Me
I
too.
can't do it with my own shit though. I just can't.
I it's so funny when I know that's as doing that as my line of mentality at work is so funny.
You would think it'd
Um,
transfer to your own finances, but
like
it
I'm
just
good at it
doesn't.
when I want to be.
Yeah, if I have to be,
If
then
I gotta
yeah,
like bear down an adult, I will. Like I've been staying in for Mike's only to save money. I have
yeah.
no other real reason besides paying for gas and parking and being out and then buying 3 to 4 drinks or whatever. Like,
And that's true. That is a big part of the
so
reason why I chilled off Mike because
that's
I was
my
like, all right, I
accounting
gotta
brain
fucking
kicking
save some
in
money.
over my
Yeah,
comedy brain, going like, all right, the jokes are still there.
yeah, right.
um,
I'll get out to a mic once every other week.
look for
And
now
I'll
for a
do my
couple months
shows.
because it's crazy. I can just save like a couple $100 just eating at home
Oh,
and
for sure.
not
Hell yeah.
going out for a couple weeks. I was so rich during COVID because I was working so much and then there was no mics. Me and Seamus, we were both like, oh my God, wait, I don't have to spend $35 every night of the week. Like,
Right.
what is
Oh, it's
happening?
so much money. It's so much money.
It's so much money. It's a crazy trap when you think about it for the people who are just not career destined with it.
Yeah,
Like it's not
true.
everyone's career path and it hurts. It hurts people when I say that.
Yeah, but it's
and,
true.
and like,
Shit, you know better than anybody at Raven Lounge. How many people were just coming down there saying they were going to try their jokes or saying that they were coming to the mic to do comedy, but they would just get fucked up.
and just
They would
hang
just
out.
get just hang
Just
out.
hang out in the party scene. I get it. And every mic is like there's always fun times.
Yeah. Remember fucking Andy Coke?
Andy is like this character that pops in and out, and I'll just see him like on a street, like I'll see him a grape or something.
Definitely, he just pops up anywhere. You know what the fuck?
But he was always too lit, falling
Too
down
lit.
and shit at Raven.
Yes. Yo, and I used to tell him like, yo, Andy, look, just don't drink until after your set. He used to be like, all right, I got you. I see him fucking half hour
No,
later, he's
downstairs at the
stumbling.
downstairs bar.
Yeah, fucking just drunk off his ass.
Oh my god! You immediately you see like his energy's wobbly when he. That's the time I can see energy. That's one time I can see energy is when I
Oh,
can
yeah,
see
for
drunk
sure.
energy from a mile away, especially
Yes.
blackout drunk energy. I see it coming. I just go, oh no, damn it!
Yes. That shit makes me uneasy.
You're like, do I have to throw up or fight someone right now? What's happening?
Right. Remember those girls fucking roofie Ryan?
Oh my god, dude, that
That shit was
was
scary.
so. I felt like it was so right back into where we just like came back and we just started the mic back. I was like, wait a minute, Foster got fucking roofied. Are you
Yes.
serious? And I just thought he was tuned the fuck up and
No, he
on.
only
And I
had
was
one
like,
drink. He didn't
and
even
I was
finish
like,
that
yeah, I
first drink.
saw him, and I just went, oh, he just must have been drinking somewhere else and came here, and I didn't think anything of it because everyone does that. And then, oh wait, what? He fucking threw up and like, what? All these he
Yes,
got
he was
roofied.
falling through tables, and he's
Yeah.
big as fuck. You know how scary that is.
No,
I'm trying to hold his big ass. He's just falling everywhere. I'm like,
it's
what the
so
fuck?
scary. It's like a fucking Halloween decoration gone wrong.
That shit was scary.
He's the 12-foot skeleton at Home Depot, falling
Right?
over, throwing up, and like for him, I was like, "What?" I've never seen him throw up in my life ever
Yeah,
since I
he
know this man a
handles his
couple years
liquor.
now. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right, Naeem, this has been amazing. I could talk
this
to
was
you for
great
7 straight hours.
for sure.
We're gonna have
I'll
you back
definitely do this
on.
again too. Yeah, let me know.
Absolutely. I got a nice list of people I'm working on, but you're a absolute return as soon as I can.
Yes, I made it.
All
Yes.
right. I love you very much in
Love
a
you, Sonya.
platonic
Thank you.
way. I'll see you soon.
All right.